Hi there, I'm Heidi Nord with the Brilliant Dyslexic, and thanks so much for coming to the sound juggling lesson. So don't worry about the letters, just think about the sounds. And so we're going to block those letters out. And I wanted to show you this. This is a picture of the side of your brain. So back here is where we process vision. And so if you put your hand on the back of your head, that's where you're processing vision. This section right here is where we process touch. So anything you're touching, you're feeling, any sounds you're making in your mouth, that's the experience of touch. This is the center for tasting. This is the center for smell. So I'm not going to ask you to taste or smell a sound, right? And this is the center for hearing. Basically, if you're having trouble with reading, your objective is to connect more of these areas. So I'm going to ask you to touch a sound, to see a sound, to hear a sound, and I'm going to add one, which is say the sound also. So that's our job for today. Here is the first one. This one is s-a-n-k, sank, sank. In sank, what if I take off the k? You are left with s-a-ng, sang. In l-if-t, lift, lift. What happens if I take out the f? You are left with l-it, lit. In m-e-l-d, meld, meld. What happens if I take out the m? You are left with you are left with e-l-d, eld. Here is h-a-n-k, hunk, hunk. In hunk, what happens if I take out the ng? You are left with h-a-k, huck. Here is s-a-n-k, sunk, sunk. In sunk, what if I take off the k? You are left with s-a-ng, sung. Here is m-a-s-k, mask, mask. In mask, what if I take off the k? You are left with m-a-s, mass. Here is g-o-l-f, g-o-l-f, golf. In golf, what if I take off the f? You are left with g-o-l, goal. Here is b-o-l-k, b-o-l-k, bulk. In bulk, what if I take off the b? You are left with a-o-k, olk. Here is s-e-n-t, scent, scent. In scent, what if I take off the n? You are left with s-e-t, set. Here is w-a-f-t, w-a-f-t, waft. In waft, what if I take off the f? You are left with w-a-t, wat. Here is l-e-f-t, left, left. In left, what if I take off the f? You are left with l-et, let. Here is r-a-n-d, ran, rand. In rand, what if I take off the d? You are left with n. Ran. Here is vest. 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 Invest. What if I take off the s? You are left with vet. Vet. Here is fact. 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 In fact, what if I take off the k? You are left with fact. Oops, I think I must have done the wrong one. So this was fact, fact, right? What if I take off the t? You are left with fact. Here is bent. 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 In bent, what if I take off the t? You are left with ben. Here is pent. 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 In pent, what if I take off the n? You are left with pet. Pet. Here is gent. Gent. In gent, what if I take off the n? You are left with jet. Jet. Here is want. 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 In want, what if I take off the w? You are left with aunt. Aunt. This is best. 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 In best, what if I take off the t? You are left with best. This one is pink. 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 In pink, what if I take off the ng? You are left with peak. Here is bosk. Bosk. In bosk, what if I take off the b? You are left with osk. Osk. Here is send. 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 In send, what if I take off the n? You are left with said. This one is wilt. Wilt. In wilt, what if I take off the l? You are left with wit. Here is melt. 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 In melt, what if I take off the t? You are left with mel. This one is heft. Heft. In heft, what if I take off the f? You are left with het. And here is gulp, gulp. In gulp, what if I take off the O? You are left with gup, gup. Okay, this one is tent, tent. Intent, what if I take off the last t? You are left with ten. Thank you so much for coming to the sound juggling lesson. I hope everybody has a really great day. Bye.